Hi guys, I hope that you're having a fabulous day. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming to you with a Q&A video. It's been eons since we have filmed one and we have loads to talk about. So I hope that you enjoy it. If you do, make sure and give it a thumbs up. And without further ado, let's get this show on the road, shall we? You'll have to excuse the appearance. I got out of the shower and I was way too lazy to deal with this whole situation. So I threw my hair up and it is very frizzy. And as you can see, my wolf hairs are on full display. And what I mean by wolf hairs, these bad boys right here, I swear I'm like the hairiest person I know. I just might be a werewolf. But anyways, let's get started, shall we? First question is, if you could only own 3 Louis Vuitton SLGs, which would they be? They would be the 6-ring key holder. This to protect the interior of your bag from those gnarly keys, because we all know keys can be super deadly. The key pouch, because for me this, yes, you can use it for your keys, but I feel like the possibilities are endless in how you can incorporate this into your collection. It's small, but I think it is absolutely amazing. And the third one would have to be the mini pochettes. I use this thing pretty much daily, same with the key pouch, and I also feel that this, you can incorporate it into your collection so many different ways, as a handbag, as a catch-all, as a wallet, as a cosmetics case, blah blah blah. I mean, the list goes on. And another question that I do get on this, I know that this isn't something that you asked, but people ask me if this is still worth it at the current price point. For me personally, and the way that I use it, it is. But I think that those 3 SLGs are absolutely fantastic. What about you guys? What are your top 3 Louis Vuitton SLGs? Let us know in the comment section down below. Next question. With the new Toiletry Trios being released, do you think that they're worth it? What would you or do you use each size for? I've never owned any of the sizes, but I'm so intrigued now. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, Louis Vuitton recently released the Trio pouch set, or whatever it's called. I'll put a picture of it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But they recently released this set, and it's essentially a set of pouches that consists of the Toiletry Pouch 26, the 19, and the 15, and they all have different colored interiors, kind of like the Kirigami set, and they currently retail for $1,490 here in the States. I think that these pouches are absolutely fabulous. First of all, you guys know how I feel about pouches, right? I'm like a pack rat. Anything with little pouches, I'm obsessed with. Do I think that they're worth it? I might be the wrong person to ask because I know that they have a little bit of a higher price point. However, I think that they're worth it because I feel like you can really incorporate all of these pouches into your collection so many different ways. I mean, the 26, I know I used to have a few 26s back in the day. I no longer have it, but I mostly used it as a clutch. I think many people end up using it as a clutch. Plus, you can also buy an insert for the toiletry pouch, and you can add a chain to it, so that way you can use it as a shoulder bag. The size 19 and the size 15, those in particular are my favorite sizes, just because with those, I love incorporating them as catch-alls, as wallets. You can use it as a clutch. You can use it as a cosmetics case. You can use it as a toiletry pouch. I mean, again, I feel like you can use them so many different ways in your collection. And I still have the 15 and the 19, but I have to be honest with you, they are currently sitting in my cart. They're sitting in my cart. The only reason why I haven't done it is because, do I really need 2 of the same thing just with one having a different colored interior? So I'm kind of like going back and forth with that. I'm like, no, I don't need it, you know, but again, I love this set. Plus, I like that the interior is wipeable. So if you do decide to use it as a cosmetics case or for toiletries, and if you get any type of spill or any type of anything on there, it's really easy to wipe off. So they're very durable as well. Again, I might be the wrong person to ask if they're worth it because I think that they are, even with a little bit of a higher price point. But man, oh man, are they beautiful? Absolutely. Let me know in the comment section down below if any of you guys have purchased this trio pouch set or what have you, and let us know how fantastic it is. Next question. If you could only shop at one luxury house for your handbags, what will it be? I mean, there are so many fabulous fashion houses out there, right? But if I can only pick one, I gotta give it to good old Louis Vuitton because they have such a huge range, such a huge array of handbags that I don't think I would get bored. And even though I'm not the craziest about some of their new styles, the fact that they still have some of their old styles in their lineup, and those are some of my die-hard favorites, makes me really happy with that decision. But yeah, I gotta give it to Louis Vuitton. What luxury house would you guys pick? Let us know in the comment section down below. Next, why do you think the resale market has gone down? down? And do you think it will go back to the way that it was? All right, so the way that I interpret this question, I can be completely wrong, but when you say the resale market has gone down, I'm assuming maybe the prices that you get when you submit your items in for quotes. And if that is the case, why do I think that's going on? I think it's because they have so much volume going through these consignment shops or these resale shops. I think they have a lot coming through, so they're going to offer a little bit less, especially if they have a lot of that same bag on hand or in their inventory. Again, I can be completely wrong. These are just my assumptions. And do I think that it'll go back? I hope so. I really do hope so. I know I myself, I have submitted some items in and I have gotten some pretty lowball responses. The other side of it is that there are some awesome deals out there. And I mean, it's been a long time since I have seen some great deals on the resale market. I mean, we're talking years, you know, and I think that that might be, again, because they have so much. But I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this question. All right, next, if the quality of luxury goods goes down, would you stop buying them? Okay, so let's be 100% honest, because when it comes to luxury goods, a big chunk of what you are paying a premium for the name. Don't get me wrong, you are paying a premium for the name, but you are also paying for quality materials, right? Leather, hardware, details, all that other good stuff. Now, if the quality completely just goes down the tubes, I would have no problem completely pumping the brakes on luxury goods. I mean, I love the fashion houses. I love the stories behind them. I love the history behind them. But I am not the type of person that's gonna buy a bag just because it's Chanel, and if it's falling to pieces and it just, again, goes down the tubes, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna keep buying it because it's Chanel. No, dude, no. Because I expect quality in return, you know? And that goes for all of the fashion houses across the board. Because over the years, I have seen a lot of quality issues, not just with Louis Vuitton, not just with Chanel, I mean, with pretty much all of them, you know? So yeah, I mean, it's not, at the end of the day, you want quality, not just the name. Why would you just want to pay for the name? Why would you want to pay $5 grand for a bag just because it's Chanel, even though it's a total piece of junk? Like, no, absolutely not. I mean, I like the brands. I love again, I love their history, but at the end of the day, I want quality materials, and I expect quality materials when it comes to the price that I am paying. All right, next question. Which has been your favorite bag that you've owned of all time? To be completely honest with you, I really can't just pick one. I can't, and I know that might seem like such a cop-out, but I have I have many favorites in my collection, and each one makes me feel a different way. And you know, I really can't pick a favorite. I know that if I could pick like a top 10 or a top 5, I could probably do that. But in there, we're talking the Neverfull, the Classic Flap, all that other good stuff. So yeah, I know, again, I know that it's such a cop-out to say, I don't know, but I truly wholeheartedly feel that way. I cannot just pick one. All right, next one. Do you think that limited edition bags have more value? Sometimes. Sometimes, of course, with limited edition collections or bags, they have made a limited amount of pieces, right? At the same time, there are some limited edition collections that just do better than others. And because of that, because they are so highly sought after, those, I feel like even 20 years later, the prices are still going strong. So I think it just depends on the line or on the collection. But many of them, I do think that they hold their value for sure. Next question. Have you ever bought the bags that you've already known that they have cons? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. The one that sticks out like a sore thumb in my mind is 100% the Chanel chain vanity. My goodness, I knew going into it. I mean, I was fully aware of all of the red flags. All of the red flags, right? Nothing surprised me when it came to those vanities. But you know what happened? I tried to justify it. And good old, old Minnie creeps in and she's like, oh my God, I can use it this way. You can use it this way. And I start trying to make excuses for those red flags. And I'm like, oh no, it's going to be different this time. It's going to be fabulous. I'm going to wear it like so many different ways, blah, 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 blah. And that never ever happens. It's like my gut instinct. It's like my gut is like screaming at me saying, don't do it. Don't do it. And my heart's like, shut up. No one needs to hear you. And I go through with it and I'm miserable. I am miserable with said bag, So yeah. And then sometimes I have sold them and I have sold them at such a loss. So you'd think I'd learned my lesson after all of these years, but no. Like I said, good old Minnie creeps in and she's like, let's justify this. So I don't know. Have you guys ever done that? Let me know in the comment section down below. All right, next question. How often do you change your daily purse? Daily, weekly, or depends on the outfit. For the most part, I have a tendency to switch out of my bags daily just because I get very, very stir crazy. However, there are many times when I will use the same bag for like a week and a half. And that for me is a really, really long time, again, because I get very stir crazy. But for the most part, I do like to switch out of my bags and my SLGs daily. There are some SLGs that I keep, day to day, but for the most part, those two, I'm just like, no, I need something different. I need something different. And a lot of it has to do with my mood as well and the weather, but daily is where it's at. Next question. What are your thoughts on the high-rise bum bag? Not a fan of it at all. Can't stand the strap. Can't stand the tag that it has on the front. I think it is god-awful. It is not my style, but to each their own. Next question. Thoughts on care for bags? Lambskin/canvas, leather and rain, heat, overall care for all bags. Okay, so if you would have asked me this question maybe 10 years ago, I would have had a completely different response for you because I used to put my handbags in bubbles, and I know I've said this many of times, so I might sound like a broken record, my apologies, but I used to put my handbags in bubbles, and I used to be overly careful for my bags. I didn't want anything to happen to them. I felt like I would, if I could put them all in plastic and carry them with plastic, I would. Nowadays, I am mindful as far as, trying not to wear dark colored clothing when I wear a light colored handbag. I definitely don't, I don't want to use a lambskin bag when I'm out in the rain and stuff like that. But for the most part now, it's all about just enjoying the bag. And if I do get any type of water stain, any mark on it, or whatever the case may be, I consider those stains, I consider those imperfections that might happen to them, to the bags, I consider those to be beauty marks. And those beauty marks help the bag tell a story. And I think that every bag tells a different story. And I know that sounds really, really corny, but I'm really happy with the way that I like to enjoy my bags now. I'll take off the protective stickers and I'm just like, you know what? It is what it is, because the way that I see it, life is too short. And if the bag makes me happy, I just want to enjoy it to the fullest. So again, I'm just mindful of certain things, but for the most part, I just go for it. All right, next question. Do you take your loud luxury bags to the office? Did you receive any negative or positive comments? I definitely have. To be completely honest with you though, I do prefer to take handbags that are a little bit more inconspicuous, just because I like to keep that part of my life extremely separate from this part of my life, but I have received some positive comments. I've also received some negative comments. I remember I had one coworker, my goodness, she would just not let it go. I'm just like, dude, shut up. Okay, we get it. You don't like luxury bags. Hooray for you. I do, that's where that whole you do you and I do me thing comes into play. So yeah, but I do prefer to go for something a little bit more sometimes a little bit more muted. And I say that very, very loosely. All right, next question. Have you always been I thought it said, I read it as, have you always been a bad girl? But have you always been a bag girl? Where does your jewelry fit on your list of what you buy? Have I always been a bag girl? I have. Always, 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 since I can remember, since I was a little kid. Handbags have always been my jam. Where does your jewelry fit on the list of what you buy? I mean, I am a magpie after all, so anything shiny, anything sparkly that catches my attention, I am all about it. But with jewelry, I mean, I do like to go to my local jewelry shops. Those are my favorite ones to go to because you can really find some one-of-a-kind pieces. I like to visit those maybe 2 to 3 times a month. I'm not really ever looking for anything, but if I find something that I like, then I'll pick it up. But for the most part, it seems to go below handbags because handbags and SLGs, I think, come first for me. Next question, how is your Jimmy Choo wallet holding up? I just got one and the sparkles are beautiful. Major, major congratulations on your wallet. I did bring it out so we have a little bit more eye candy, and mine is holding up okay. No issues with the crystals. None of the crystals have fallen out. No issues with scratches or pop stitches. However, I do have some varnish that has started to kind of peel away here. So that is such a bummer, especially because this isn't a wallet that I use often. So the fact that it's already happened definitely sucks. But I sincerely hope that yours ends up wearing a lot better than mine has. At the same time, anytime you have any trifold wallet, I feel like that's to be expected that you might end up having the varnish that wears a little bit faster. So that's just something to keep in mind. But I do think it is beautiful. And once again, major, major congratulations. All right, next question, Speedy B20 or B25? I can't decide. Okay, so I'm not the biggest fan of the Speedy B20 in the canvas just because of the strap, but strap aside, I personally prefer the size 25 just because if I wanted to carry a little bit more with me, I can. I'm not saying that you can't carry a lot in the 20 because obviously the size is very misleading. I really don't think that you could go wrong with either just because I mean, it's a Speedy. At the end of the day, it's a Speedy, you know, and I feel like you can fit so much in that little bag. So good luck deciding. Next question, are you still loving your Chanel reissue? Absolutely. This is one of my favorite grab and go, don't think about it type of bags. And I know that I say that about a lot of my bags, but I mean, I don't have to worry about it at all. I love the wrinkles. The wrinkles kind of look like me, but Theo obviously is not a fan. What's up, bud? I think he just doesn't like me filming. I don't know, but still loving the reissue. Okay, next one. Bags I regret selling. None. Next question. I love Louis Vuitton and Chanel. Do you think I'm missing out a ton by not shopping other brands? Okay, so, you know, this is hard to say because back in the day, I used to be the same way. I used to be extremely loyal to Louis Vuitton. I stayed with Louis Vuitton forever. We had some beef and then I ended up moving on. We kind of broke up. And then I moved on to Chanel. And with Chanel, I haven't broken up. I'm still very much in the relationship. But the way that I see it, I think that there are so many fabulous fashion houses out there, and so not just luxury fashion houses either, but I think that so many other brands they bring something different to the table, be it a different style, a different leather, different quality or what have you, or even just the history behind the brand, that I don't want to say you're missing out because it's such a personal thing, you know? And everybody feels differently about the brands that they choose to add to their collections. But I think that there's something very, very freeing about going to other brands and shopping other brands and not just sticking to one or two. Not that there's anything wrong with that because, you know, those are two fantastic fashion houses, but I do feel that many others bring a lot to the table that those two might not bring, you know. But again, you will know if and when it is time to move on or to explore other fashion houses. But I like that. I think that when I broke up with Louis Vuitton, it was one of the greatest things and one of the worst things that could have happened to me. Greatest things because I got to experience other brands. Worst things because I ended up spending even more money, you know, but I don't know. That's just the way that I see it. All right, next question. How do you feel about the Louis Vuitton denim collection? I see you don't have any. I don't have any of the new pieces. I do have the baggy PM and the pink denim. I like the denim collection. I think that they do have some very cute items. I also think that they're overpriced for what they are, considering that it is denim with some pieces of leather. So that's the main reason why I haven't decided to go on that route. All right, next question. How do you block negative social media / people and still enjoy your love for luxury? Because I do me, baby. Remember, you do you always. Why would you let a person, let alone a stranger, have that type of control over what you like? Hell no. Absolutely not. Not gonna happen. You keep rocking your bags, you keep rocking your SLGs, your shoes, what have you, whatever it is, like it's nobody's business. All right, next question. Can we see more of Theo in your videos? I will try. He just is not a fan. I mean, sometimes he'll pop up, other times he's like, I don't know, he'll go in another room. I don't know, or you guys will hear him grumble, but I would love for him to sit right next to me and we can have chats and stuff, because he is such a character. I mean, he makes me insanely happy. So yes, I will try to see if I can bring him into the videos and see if he wants to. Oh, you want to say hello? You never want to say hello. You never want to say hello. Hello, babies. Hello, babies. What's up? I know. I'm almost done, lover. I'm almost done. I know, babies. I'm almost done. I know. Come on, get down. Next question. What is the current number of lovely ladies in your collection? I couldn't tell you. I stopped counting years ago. And since that time, I have sold some, added some and whatnot. But yeah, no. All right, next question. How do you really store all of your bags and SLGs? We see the pretty displays behind you in your videos, but they rotate and change. So I don't think that's where your things sit day to day. And are they in their dust bags or naked and proud? Okay, so I would have to say that 90% of my collection, being SLGs and handbags, they are in dust bags. So I rotate these out just to give you guys a little bit of a different eye candy, you know what I mean? I don't want to have the same bags. Of course, because of these little boxes, they don't fit some of my bigger bags. So that's why you guys always end up seeing kind of, not the same ones, but you know, a variety of the same ones, if you will. But they actually do sit in these cubbies, and I have other shelving. I have other shelving units where all of my other bags sit. But yeah, they're always covered, and I don't know, I care for them. Like I said before, I care for them. I am mindful of how I store them, especially because I want them to last for as long as possible. But there are some that are naked and proud. Naked and proud for sure. But that's how I end up storing my bags. And it's funny because a lot of people ask me, how do you know which bag is what? I mean, I've been storing my bags the same way forever and a day that I can tell you which bag is in what just based on, you know, how I've been storing them the same way over and over again. So it's never an issue. Next question. Are you still using the Aspen London tote? Is it living up to its expectations? All right, so I did bring it out so we have a little bit more eye candy. Here is the Aspen London tote. This thing is massive, absolutely massive. Is it living up to its expectations? 100%. This is now my new work tote. I got it a while ago and I did use it as a work tote for a hot second. Then I switched into my Marc Jacobs, the tote bag in the medium size. But I have since moved on from that bag and I am back into this one as a work bag and I couldn't be happier. I love how massive it is. Does it get heavy? 100%. But I like that I can fit my laptop, my agendas, my planner, if I have any folders with me, everything fits in here, no problem. And this leather is absolutely gorgeous and delicious. So yes, I love that bag. Next question. Why did I have to spend a certain amount of money at Louis Vuitton to get the pre-order? Felt like I was shopping at Hermes and Chanel. Is Louis Vuitton set up this way now? I had no idea. Let me know if any of you guys know, do you have to spend a certain amount in order to have pre-orders show up either online or at the boutique? Let us know, because this is news to me. That is crazy, because I do have a few pre-orders that have showed up on my account, and I've gotten emails too. But I didn't know you had to spend a certain amount. And if that's the case, wow, that's all I'm gonna say. At the same time, does that surprise me? No, because it's Louis Vuitton. All right, next question. Are you considering downsizing your collection, especially those that have the same functionality? I don't think so. I don't think so. I should. I really should. But what can I say, okay? I am a handbag addict. I am a handbag lover. I am a handbag freak. And I love bags. I love handbags. You know, hi, my name is Minnie and I love handbags. So no, I don't foresee myself downsizing my collection anytime soon. All right, next question. Can you compare the two sizes of the Saint Laurent Kate? Yes, I brought them out so we have a little bit more eye candy. So here I have the Kate in the size small, and here I have it in the medium. And as you guys can see, there is a pretty big difference between them. The craziest difference between them as well is the fact that the size small has a longer strap for your shoulder or for crossbody than the medium. I would have expected the medium to have a longer strap, but that hasn't been the case. And let me just open it up so you guys can see it a little bit better. Out of the two, I prefer the, I mean, I like that I can fit a little bit more in the medium, but I actually prefer the small. It can be a little bit tight in there just because of this material. You guys know how I feel about Saint Laurent's pebbled leather. I mean, insanely durable, but sometimes it can be a little bit, tight to fit more in these bags. But once again, let me put them side by side. There you go. Next question. I was wondering how the Gucci playing card holder was holding up. The one from the lifestyle section. It says that it's not leather trimmed. Is it very different from the other pieces with leather? I am on the fence with this one, but I got FOMO real bad. Here is the Gucci playing card set from the lifestyle section. And to be 100% with you, this trim looks identical to the leather on this. And let me bring it up so you guys can see it. Obviously, with this one, smells like leather, but check it out. It has the same type of finish, the same type of little pebbling on it, even the same color. It might not look like it on camera, but in real life, yeah, it's absolutely the same. And it's been holding up amazingly well. I use this thing all the time. I think it is wonderful. No issues with pop stitches, no issues with the zipper, nothing like that. And I have easily fit, I don't know, like probably 20 to 30 cards in here with cash, no problem. I love this little, I call it my card holder. I know that it's not a card holder because I think that even says it on the website to be used for decoration only or something like that. But if you are looking for a small Gucci card holder that doesn't break the bank and has quite a bit of space, that you can also use this as a catch-all, as I have fuzzies all over from this stupid thing that I'm setting my stuff on. But this is a great way to go. Insanely durable. So I love this little guy. Next question. If price didn't matter, what luxury item would you purchase? It doesn't have to be a handbag. Okay, so if price didn't matter, and if I could get it right now, because it seems like there's a shortage on this item, it would absolutely have to be the Datejust 36mm from Rolex. I am a watch person, so that is my dream. That is my dream luxury good for sure. Okay, next question. What's your favorite mid-tier brand and bag? I don't have a favorite bag, but my favorite mid-tier brand, I would have to say it'd be between Coach and Marc Jacobs, just because they have some really fun designs. I love their leather, I love their details, and the quality that you're getting for the prices that you're paying, I think is absolutely wonderful. Next question. Besides handbags, do you have any other luxury addictions? I don't think so, unless you would consider cookware. Cookware might be in there, but thankfully, it's not like, you know, buying a handbag either. But yeah, cookware would be the only other thing. Besides that, no. Next question. What are your favorite vintage bags? Do you have any more vintage bags on your wish list? I don't have any more vintage bags on my wish list, but I am a sucker for vintage bags. There is something so special about them, and the fact that they are still going strong all these years later, I think speaks volumes to the quality that these bags have. But some of my favorites, like right off the top of my head, are the Chanel Diana flat bag. absolutely gorgeous bag, the Chanel medallion bag. I also love the Chanel single flap. There are countless, numerous Louis Vuitton vintage bags that I love, like too many to name. I could probably be here for another 8 hours talking about their vintage bags. You know, I actually do have a trunk show that I'm going to next week or later this week, depending on when you guys see this. So I am excited, and we'll see, you know, if I end up finding anything on there, because I have been able to find some really great vintage beauties. But yeah, just vintage bags. There is, excuse me, there is something so insanely special about them for sure. All right, next question. You're designing a bag as creative director for any fashion house, any luxury fashion house. What would it look like, and how would you call it, and why? And which house would you pick? Okay, so I have no idea which fashion house I would go for. It would probably be between Loewe and Fendi, just because I am obsessed with their leather. As far as what it would look like and what it would be called, I have no clue. All I can tell you is that it would be black, white, and it would have gold hardware. Besides that, I haven't the faintest idea. And you'd think I would have some kind of clue, right? But no, but I think it would be between those two fashion houses for sure. And the last question, there are so many videos about quality issues and wear and tear on the luxury bags over time, but what are your top 3 most used bags that you've had for many years and you're amazed by the quality? One of them would have to be the Louis Vuitton Neverfull MM. I've had this bag for over 10 years. No issues with canvas, no issues with pop stitches. The only way that you would tell that it has some age is by the leather, because it has patinaed as time goes by. But with how often I have used this bag and how much I have put this bag through, it is amazing. I have overstuffed the crap out of this bag, and it still looks like the day that I got it, except for the leather, obviously. Yeah, so one of them would definitely have to be the Neverfull MM, and that goes for my Demi Azur MM as well. The other one would have to be the Chanel GST. I've also had this bag for over 10 years. I have used it so much. I mean, it's insane. And again, no issues with the caviar, no issues with pop stitches, no scratches. I mean, usually with GSTs, they are known for getting this really gnarly sagging as time goes by. And mine does have a slight sag, but not too bad. I mean, it's amazing. The quality on this has been fantastic. It's been absolutely wonderful. And my number 3 would have to be the Louis Vuitton Speedy 30 Classic in Demi Azur. I've also had this bag for over 10 years, and it is still going strong. No issues with the leather, no pop stitches, no cracking canvas. The only thing that I will mention, and I'm sure you guys can tell, is that the canvas has yellowed as time goes by. I knew that going into it. The Demi Azur is prone to yellowing. Even if you keep it in the dust bag, even if you keep it out of the sun and stuff like that, it still has a tendency to yellow. But besides that, it is still one of my favorite bags. I will never ever get rid of this bag. I think it is amazing. But anyways, that does it for this Q&A video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope I was able to answer your questions. I think I got a total of 120 questions, and I was trying to get through them as quickly as possible and try to include as many as I possibly could. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. And as always, I welcome your opinions. I welcome your thoughts on anything that we discuss on these videos in the comment section down below. But I love you guys to the moon and back. If you enjoyed it, make sure and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already and you'd like to, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys in my next one. And as always, make it a fabulous day or not. The choice is yours. Have a great day.